skater? Well, according to the definitive source for all linguistic queries, the Urban Dictionary, it's a guy or a girl with huge thighs and a really large ass. So, what then is speed skating? At its core, it's really just that. It's skating really fast around an oval track, and at the end, whoever crosses the finish line first wins. Or at least that's how I thought of it when I first endeavored to make this my project. I figured, hey, I'm a pretty good skater, how hard can this be? Let me tell you right now, it was hard. It was really hard. Speed skating is really, it's more of a dance. It's this complicated combination of upper and lower body movements that somehow come together to send you flying around a rink at unimaginable speeds and, as I'll show you later, undeniable beauty. So, at the center of it really is the speed skate. There are two distinct sections, the boot and the blade. Boots are generally formed, molded to the skater's foot out of carbon fiber. And once they harden, they're incredibly stiff, mostly to support the weight of the skater as they go flying around the track at 30 miles an hour. The blades are made from high-tempered carbon steel and range from 16 to 19 inches in length, depending on the height and weight of the skater. There's a pretty significant difference between a speed skate and a traditional hockey or figure skate. Not only are the blades shaped differently, but they're also sharpened differently. Speed skates are ground flat, like very thin rectangles, whereas hockey skates, and to some degree figure skates, have a hollow running down the middle of them that allow you to have more maneuverability. The long, thin, flat blade of a speed skate lets you glide along the ice rather than dig into it. The trade-off with speed skates is that what you gain in speed, you lose in maneuverability. In terms of sharpening a speed skate, you need three things. One, a whetstone to sharpen it with. Two, a jig, and three, a carbide burr stone. You mount the two speed skates upside down in the jig like this, and then you use a whetstone to grind them down. They're mounted like that, and you grind them together so that the blades grind down at the same rate. Once you finish grinding them down, you're left with what's called a burr. A burr is essentially a buildup of metal shavings along the edge of the skate that, if left on the skate, essentially dull it and negate any progress you made by sharpening them. To get the burr off, use a carbide burr stone and some water or oil and run it along the edge of the skate until you can no longer feel the burr. Speed skating, or the act of speed skating, can be broken into two distinct sections. What you do while you're going straight, and what you do while you're going around a corner. On this side, you see going straight. When you're going straight, you do a combination of two things. One, just plain up skating, and two, what's called sculling, or gliding. The other thing that you do during the corner is called a crossover, where you quite literally cross one foot over the other to go around the corner. Speed skating revolves around something known as basic position, as demonstrated by me there. Because so much of speed skating revolves around this basic position, a lot of training is dedicated to either maintaining basic position or getting back into basic position once you've done some sort of other movement. Because of this, a lot of training is endurance-based. You either do exercises where you hold basic position for a long amount of time, trying to, as time goes on, incrementally increase it. My personal record is somewhere around 5 minutes, although after I tried that, I couldn't walk right for about a week. So and a really integral part in training is the stair, because, well, you can do all sorts of different things with speed skating and stairs. For instance, you can walk upstairs in basic position, you can walk upstairs in basic position skipping a step, you can walk upstairs in basic position sideways, and you can do that the same thing skipping a step. You get the point. There's a lot of stairs involved. The final part that I'm going to talk about for training is called a turntable, and I'm going to demonstrate it later on in the video, but basically what it does is it allows you to simulate the movements and motions that you do while you're doing a crossover in the corner, and allow you to build specific muscle groups and motions off of the ice. Now I'm going to show you a video In this video, you'll see, in the beginning at least, people who actually know how to speed skating to get an idea of what it supposed to look like. Then you're going to see a chronicle of my progression over, I guess, 8 months. At the end, you'll see a video of my progression of training, and then finally, sharpening skates. I understand that the goals I set myself way back in August were almost totally unachievable. Not only did I totally underestimate how hard actually skating was, but I also underestimated how much consistent work would be required to see my goals come to fruition. I started out my project in August, working out 2 to 3 times a week, and started skating the week before Hermit Island in September. Once school started, the regularity of my working out decreased, to the point where I was only working out when I was skating in Connecticut on Sundays. I did this through October and into November, until Thanksgiving break. Once school started again, I sort of forgot about it, or just kept making excuses so I wouldn't have to go. This continued into 2018. when, in the first week of January, I found a new rink in Flushing, Queens. Finding this rink, and aided by a conversation I had with my mentor one night, I was ready to give it my all once again. The only difference was that now, I knew what to expect, and I had realigned my expectations to match what was actually achievable. Writing this speech gave me the perfect opportunity to reflect on the whole of my project, and gave me time to figure out what I had learned from it all. The eventual conclusion I came to was that my fatal flaw in life in general is the disconnect between reality and the commitments I make. This isn't exclusive to my senior project. It's something I've been doing pretty much my entire life, both in school and out. It's something I think I realized subconsciously in January. I had realized that the outcome of my project, it just wasn't going to be able to match how I had first thought of it. What's kind of funny is that, in a way, the most rewarding part of this project was having to reinvent its identity. And subsequently, how once my expectations were reasonable, it all seemed doable. I didn't need to make excuses anymore, because I was excited about my project again. I was excited to go skating. In reality, what was once a 12-month project turned into a 4-month one, and at this point, I'm honestly okay with that. I plan on continuing to skate until the spring season ends in May, and since I own most of my own gear, I'm going to try and start again next fall. I also plan on trying to work out throughout the summer. In closing, I would like to read a quote by the 2-time short track Olympic gold medalist Apollo Ono, because coming from a speed skater, I feel like it makes sense, and I feel like it aptly describes my experience of this project. If I had given my all and still do not win, I haven't lost. Others might remember winning or losing. I remember the journey. I'd like to first and foremost thank my friend and mentor, Claude Gilbert, for his unwavering support and commitment to this project. Because if it weren't for that conversation in the car on that we had in the car on that January night, I don't think I would have gotten this far. I'd also like to thank my mom and dad for both their emotional and physical support of this project. I'd also like to especially thank my dad for putting up with me every Sunday for the almost 4-hour car ride to and from Connecticut. Next, I'd like to thank the Connecticut Speed Skating Club and the Flushing Meadow Speed Skating Club. Specifically, from the Connecticut Speed Skating Club, I'd like to thank Kepia and Coach Dave Moneypenny for just the incredible amount of support and welcomingness that they offered me. I would also like to thank Fred Gilbert, because he's the one who helped me get this project off the ground in the first place. Finally, well, almost finally, I'd like to thank my in-school mentor, Mr. Regan, for not only staying here with me for hours on end as I tried to get this project together, but also for the past 4 years, for keeping me in line, because honestly, I don't think I would have been able to get here on my own. Last, but obviously not least, I'd like to thank my class. Some of you have had to put up with me since kindergarten, and to those of you who knew me in 6th grade, bless your hearts. Some of you for only 4, but I love each and every one of you endlessly, and it's been an absolute pleasure taking this ride with you. Thank you. The rink is generally lined with big pads so that when you go flying into the corner, inevitably, it doesn't hurt that much, but it definitely knocks the wind out of you. Yes, great.
How fast have you go?
Not that fast. I think I'm about twice as slow as the guys in that video. Let's see. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Well, a couple of things. One, growing up, I had always seen Claude speed skate, and that was always something that I'd always been interested in. And so when I was presented with an opportunity to take something up for, I guess, a solid year, it sort of was, I don't know, really the only thing I thought of. That, and since the Olympics were coming up, I had seen a lot of it on TV, and it looked pretty cool. Yeah, right there. It's by Walla Nation, I can tell you that. I actually can't remember, I'm sorry. I'll find you after and tell you. Yeah, Olivia.
How fast is a typical speed skater? Like how fast do they go?
30 miles an hour.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's all.
When I was watching the Olympics, I heard that they had some kind of protective clothing when they were. Is that true?
Yeah. So what I'm partly wearing, because it's too hot to wear the whole thing, temperature-wise, is a cover. Skin suit, as it's called. There's padding in here for when you fall. Yeah, speed skates are really sharp. If you collide with somebody and the skates touch, you can like cleave the entire skate in half. Yeah, so you wear a protective skin suit that like, goes up to here, and and then you wear a helmet and covers it as well. Yes, Rosie.
Have you ever competed or do you play?
I have not competed. I didn't make as much progress as I would have liked to. Otherwise, I would have entered in a like amateur race. I think if I continue it in the future, I would probably try and do that. Yes, in the back over there. How many takes? What was it? Oh, the video. Wait, the project or the video? Well, I mean, I started in August, so 10 months, but the video I did in about a week, if that's what you're asking. Yes, Paul.
Do you have to sharpen your skates every time you skate?
How
often?
I don't, because I don't skate very hard and I don't have very much impact on the blade, but somebody at an Olympic level or higher level than me, yeah, they do, because they just wear right down. Yes, Mr. Rogers.
How does one take off when because you start from standing still? No, you didn't show that.
It's in the beginning of, if you wanted to play about 15 seconds into my video again, you'll see the start. It's like the super close-up and then the dude running down the street. This is an unrehearsed technical endeavor.
Can you demonstrate it?
I don't know how to do it. It's sort of like if you were running in like a track thing, but it's like I think you dig your skate in, but maybe that's illegal because the rules change. I'm not actually sure. Is it possible to show that, or is that too ambitious? Okay. Good in mind for. Maybe we take a question in the meantime. Yeah. How old was I? Well, 18. I missed 10 months. Oh, when I first speed skated, or like skated in general? Probably 6 or 7. Okay. You gotta watch my epic time. So yeah. It was super quick, I'm sorry. But the basic effect is I guess you kind of anchor your back foot and then... Yes, Mr. Regan.
Yes, well, I remember the first time I saw it, and I missed the picture. And there were 5 people lined up exactly like that. It was very impressive. I wish I got it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, you.
Do most skaters sharpen their own skates, or do they give them to a tech or something?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure about Olympians. I know that at like a general level, yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, you just
do it.
It's a big file, really. Yeah. We're out of time. Oh, last question. Yeah, the really enthusiastic one. Well, yeah, Claude Gilbert, who is here somewhere.